Hello, everyone. I wanted to do a sermon today, maybe slanted towards coronavirus a little bit and try to help us if I can. If I can't help you, I'd like to help myself with it because it's a very real thing we're going through right now. But I'm going to be in Genesis 17 in the King James Version of the Bible. I'm going to start at about verse 15. And it said, "And God said unto Abraham, As for Sarai, thy wife, thou shalt not call her name Sarai, but Sarah shall her name be. And I will bless her, and I will give thee a son also of her. Yea, I'll bless her, and she be a mother of nations. Kings of people shall be of her. And Abraham fell upon his face and laughed, and said in his heart, Shall a child be born unto him that is 100 years old? And shall Sarah that is 90 years old bear?" Sounds impossible, don't it? And Abraham said unto God, "O that Ishmael might live before thee." And God said, "Sarah thy wife shall bear thee a son indeed, and thou shalt call his name Isaac, and I will establish my covenant with him forever, for an everlasting covenant, and with his seed after him." So, the promises of God. God told them that he was going to make his descendants like the sands of the seashore, and the stars in the heaven, and that when his faith would grow weak, he could go out and look in the sky and see the stars, or go down on the seashore and see the sand, and know that his descendants were going to be multiplied and blessed. 99 years old it's not a good time to start a family. It's not a good idea. It's just not time. Who wants to go running after a 2-year-old at 101 years old? I've got great grandkids right now. It's hard for me to keep up with them. I love them, love them, love them, but and I'm just 72, and it's hard for me to keep up sometimes. Although it wasn't a good time for a man to have a child, it was just right for God. And I imagine at 99 years old, it was just harder than ever to believe God. Do you not know that during this coronavirus is the worst time to do anything? That voice will tell you. And yet God has a way of picking the worst times to do his best stuff. Do you not know that more people became millionaires in the Great Depression than might have been at most other times or any other time in history? While some people were talking about how impossible it was just to stay afloat, there were people out there buying up properties. The enemy is trying to distract us with the bad news to the point that we don't see the good news. While others are mourning because of the situation, the other ones are looking for opportunity and blessings in what is going on. Let me ask you, is there anything too hard for God? I think about this scripture, Romans 8:28, and it says, "And we know that all things work together for good to them that love God, to them that are the called according to his purpose." There's I've said before that Melinda makes the best cornbread I've ever had. I love her cornbread, and I don't like the individual ingredients. I don't eat meal by itself. I don't eat eggs by itself, and whatever the other ingredients are there. I don't eat them raw by themselves. But when she gets that stuff together and gets it cooked, it's a process. It takes some time. It is so good. I could just come in and have a meal on cornbread. Now we've got the coronavirus. So like I mentioned a while ago, the Great Depression, and it's very hard. I would be at the head of the list wanting to go back before the coronavirus. Before the coronavirus, I was visiting churches Tuesday nights, Thursday nights, Saturday nights, going to our church Wednesday night, Sunday and Sunday night, sometimes visiting other churches on Sunday morning. But we had it so good, and I hate that we took things for granted. It seemed like I wish we could go back for sure. But while we're in this, let's try to take advantage of the good parts of it. We Before the coronavirus, we were eating out a lot. We still eat out a pretty good bit, but we've had more meals together, Melinda and I, and than when we did before. We got to spend more time together. Might not be as good as before, but I certainly thank the Lord for that part. I've had more time to reflect. I've had more time to think, to pray. If we haven't prayed, it's not because we didn't have the time. We've had the time to pray. And and it should make us more thankful. When you do without, it should make you more thankful. I saw at the first of the coronavirus that it would be easy for a man or a woman to waste their time, and I determined in my heart that I wasn't going to do that if I could help it. Have I wasted any time? Yes, I have. But I have been more focused, I think, at home than I was before the coronavirus, because I want to make every minute count. I don't know when we're going to come out of it. I don't know if I'm ever going to get to come out of it. So I want to do all I can. I can't go off and visit people to help them. I could, but have not been doing that. So I've tried to figure out a way that I might help them with me here and them there. How can I help them? And you know what? I've found some ways. I think it might not be approved of by everybody, but if God will approve it, I would be so thankful to help people. I know about 4 years ago or so, or soon be 5 years ago, that I had a radio program, and I put it on YouTube, the audio parts of it. I think there's about 28 of them. And I don't think Melinda much really wanted me to do that. She said that people would talk about me. And I said, well, if something happened to me, I believe you would be the first one in line that would want one of those audios. So anyway, that's a little digression right there, but I can't get to where you're at like I could, and you can't get to me like you could. So I'm trying to just not let it just sit here. I want to try to help somebody. During one of these sermons on a video, I don't have to worry. You don't have to worry about getting COVID-19 from me, and I don't have to worry about it with you. So let's do all we can. Let's don't let this coronavirus keep us from doing anything. I know that it said that the enemy's like a roaring lion, and one of the things that the lion does to his prey is he roars. He causes them to freeze. The little animals he comes up against, they hear that roar and they freeze, and then they're dead. They're just as good as dead that way. And that's what he's doing in this coronavirus. So I want to find some way to be encouragement to you. I love the people of God. I love people everywhere. I just love people, period. But I really love God's people, and I want to help them some way, somehow. And so I pray that God will let me know what you need. We have church directories at our church, our churches, and there's people in this. Is the latest one, 2021. There's people in here that was in the one that they had in 2019. They're not in here. They're deceased. And by the time they make another directory, I may be deceased if time goes on that way. And I want to have left my DNA on this planet I want to make a difference. So hopefully that's what I'm trying to do. I love you so much, and I'm trying to help you so much. And may God bless you. And if you need anything from me, let me know. I'm going to give you my phone number, 256-508-4410. If you call and don't get me, please leave me a message and let me know what it is you might need. And may God bless you until the next time that we get to do this.